to go the man down. You know, it handed Cork the initiative into the game, and I thought they capitalised on it for a period, and it took us a wee while to adapt to it.
Going in level, 5 points each with the wind. After playing with the wind, obviously wasn't a good position, but sometimes it's easier to play against the wind when you're playing Donegal, and I think we showed in the second half good enough spirit, but as I said to Sean, not good enough.
Yeah, Darren Maloney reporting.
He does have an effect. Here we see the first yellow card. I've been tackled by Michael Murphy. He's a big man. It's like getting tackled by 2 sledgehammers. He's so big and physical, and sometimes he's tackling, he doesn't realise, I suppose, that he's hurting fellas so bad. But when he went off, it was interesting enough. They were 10-5 up at the time, and when he went off, Cork brought it back to a point. I mean, his influence just even off the ball, organising fellas. He's a great player, but I don't think Donegal can afford to be without Michael Murphy ever, and it's something they'd have to keep an eye on, because sometimes when that happens, when there's a word goes out that a guy is a heavy tackler, very often nowadays, Michael, people tackle with their fists anyway, and that's why you get reactions back, and it's something that refs will keep an eye on.
Yeah, okay.
Conditions were deplorable in Kingspan Breffni Park last night, and it was Down playing with the elements at their back who took an early lead, thanks to this fine pointed effort from corner forward Donal O'Hare. On a night when scores were hard to come by, it was one of the Mourne men's defenders who put them 3 points to 1 ahead after 15 minutes. Luke Howard's long punt in, bouncing kindly before flying over the bar. Cavan's only scores in the first half came from frees, whereas Down managed 4 points from play. This good move was finished off by Kevin McKernan with his first point of the night, and it helped Down on their way to a 6-3 interval lead. Cavan, now playing with the wind, needed a good start to the second half, and they got it. Jason McLaughlin scored their first point from play to make it 6-4. Shortly after, the home team reduced the deficit to the minimum when McLaughlin set up Martin Dunn, who turned neatly before tapping over. But this was to be their last score from play. 16 minutes from time, Cavan were reduced to 14 men when wingback Ronan Flanagan picked up his second yellow card of the evening from referee Pádraig Hughes following his challenge on Conor Garvey, and it would prove costly. The scores were level with 7 minutes left on the clock, and it was Down who struck the game's decisive blow. Arthur McConville and Mark Poland worked the ball into Donal O'Hare, who made no mistake, bringing his tally to the night to 1-3. 2 wins from 3 now for Down, while Cavan's unbeaten league run is at an end as their first home game of the league ends in defeat. Final score: Down 1-9, Cavan 8 points.
Terrible conditions for both sides, very swirly breeze. Times you thought it was playing with you, there's times you're playing against it in the one half on it. Bad underfoot. Good night for defenders with a lot of tackles going and a lot of loose ball play. But I thought overall, we were the better side in both halves.
And we were a bit naive in the second half, probably thinking that maybe the conditions were going to just take us across the line, and it didn't. And as I said, then once we got sent off, we have to watch how we pick up those